Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. RF here once again with another episode of Enterpriser on eBay and Facebook Marketplace. Thank you for joining me. Please leave a comment, share my video, like my video, and subscribe. Obviously, as you already know, this helps people's videos out when they do this, so I would really appreciate it. Moving on. So today I wanted to share some of my most recent sales over the past few months on both eBay and Facebook Marketplace. I know, it looks like you could land a plane on my forehead today. Quick disclaimer here, I am not in any way a professional reseller. I am still fairly new at this business and really just trying to share some of my experiences and hopefully be as helpful as I can with other resellers that are just getting into this or maybe just looking to start up a side income reselling. I'm going to leave some links in the comments section below this video from some other resellers that have a lot more experience at this. You know, these guys have been doing it for 10, 20, 30 years. And they have some really good ideas. These guys make hundreds of thousands of dollars per year, so it's definitely worth checking out. I know they've definitely enabled me to boost my sales significantly, so definitely worth checking out, I feel. I want to talk about a specific shipping subject today. And before I get started on this, hopefully somebody can leave some comments or some ideas about this. Like maybe I'm missing something about it. Like I said, I'm fairly inexperienced at this. So it's very likely that I'm missing something here, you know. So what I'm trying to discuss here is that when it comes to shipping a hazardous item, I've noticed that eBay continually just wants to give me a general shipping label. And the problem with that is if you're shipping a lithium-ion battery or any aerosols or anything like that, if it ends up on a plane, certain pressures can affect those types of items and literally cause an explosion. So I feel like that's a potentially dangerous problem that needs to be addressed or should be addressed. And so I guess what I'm just trying to say here is that I wish that eBay would automatically give you a hazardous label, so to speak, when you so if you have your own thermal printer or whatever, and you go to print your own shipping label, the only thing I've ever been able to get is a general shipping label when on some of these items I really need a hazardous label because I really don't want to be responsible for downing a delivery jet. So, and I sure as hell don't want to get sued. So I feel like, maybe I'm just being retarded, like there's something I don't know how to set up. That's most likely possible. So if anybody has any information on that, please let me know. I don't consider things like that to be like negative comment. Just let me know if you know anything about that. So what I've done for a solution on that is instead of just buying a shipping label directly from eBay to print on my thermal printer, I will just mark the item as shipped. And then I will write the person's name and address on the package itself, take that package to the post office, and then just pay them to have them make me a custom shipping label, or I guess I should say a hazardous shipping label for that item that I'm going to ship. So I feel like that's a better option than just slapping a generic label on there and just being kind of irresponsible about that. But I wish there was a way that this could be brought to eBay's attention. I just don't know how to do that, because everything with them is AI, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And that's all fine and dandy, but I just feel like they should be doing that automatically. So let me know what your thoughts are in the comment. I'd greatly appreciate it. Okay, moving on now. I wanted to go ahead and show you guys what I have been selling over the past few months. So these are not made up sales or copied sales of somebody else's page or anything like that. These are my own real sales that I've been generating over the past few months. Also, I'm not going to be showing any names or addresses or anything like that on here. I would never ever intentionally disclose anybody else's personal information on here, let alone my own. So here we go. Okay, so here I am on the live cam here. We're going to go through and look at my most recent sales. And we'll go ahead and click on this orders away. This is one of the items I was talking about that's a hazardous material that until I can figure out what the hell they're doing with their labels, I have to go ahead and get a separate label at the post office. So what I do is I just go ahead and mark it as shipped, like I was saying previously. Alright, this camera here I got for, what was it, $2 I think, at the thrift store in Atlantic. And sold this for $11.34 after expenses. So that's not bad for like a $2 or $3 item or whatever it was. More odors away. I sell these things constantly. I get them for like 10 cents at Ace. Here we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cards. A lot of 74, good condition. Got these from the neighbor. So yeah, we sold these. Looks like after expenses was $16.09. And then what's cool about this particular neighbor is he just splits the profits 50-50 with me, so that's cool. And so right here we're looking at some Foo Fighters CDs. I've had these in my collection for a while. I'm completely burnt out on the Foo Fighters, so, you know, things I get tired of, I just list them and sell them, get rid of them, move on. Only $10, you know, so it's a bit of a loss, but who cares, you know. I'm not listening to them, just get rid of them. This here, this Camden and Cross bracelet was an item I found. I inherited a bunch of stuff when my mother passed away. And look at this, $84.60 after expenses. So that's like a free item for me. It just happened to be in all the stuff that I had, you know. So always look in your personal stuff. You'd be surprised. You could be sitting on hundreds of thousands of dollars, not even know it. So here's some cassettes. I sell cassettes and all kinds of media all the time. You know, things like this don't go for big money, but, you know, when you get a box of them, you know, for $20, and I mean hundreds of them, you know, you're making good money, you know, with, so here's another, you know, these odors away. If you can find them, these things sell quick, and they sell for good money because they don't make it anymore, I guess. So these things sell for good money. So here's another item, this little red cooker. Got this for $5 at a thrift store. Not huge money, but did make a few bucks after expenses. So it's worth my time, I feel, even if I'm making a few bucks, because I sell a lot of things. Now check out these VHS tapes. I got these for free at the library here in town. And I sold these things for $20, man. I mean, it's just a box of cooking VHS tapes. $15.16 after expenses, dude. For nothing, for just picking them up and listing them, you know? So in these books, I got a huge set of these books, a full box of them for like $10 at the neighbor's garage sale. And I'm selling them in sets of 6 to 10 or whatever for 10, 15 bucks each. And these things are selling, you know. So I'll probably make 80 to 100 bucks off of these. It's kind of like taking a $10 bill and then exchanging it for $100. It's like, would you like this $100 bill for $10? Yes, please. Here's another item. This is a brush case, makeup brush case. This is my wife's. She said just go ahead and list it. Quick $7, whatever, after expenses. AC/DC, more cassettes. I'm not really a huge AC/DC fan. I like rock music, but for whatever reason, I'm just not a huge AC/DC fan. These phone cases, I find those all day long for like 10 cents at the thrift store. They sell all this stuff, you know, media, cassettes, blah, blah, blah. All this stuff sells, you know. You just have to just organize, like, where are you going to put all the stuff, you know what I mean? So you don't want to overload with stuff. So I like to get a variety. There's also definite niches you can do that work really well, you know. Um, so, I mean, if you can niche down and make money, great. I just tend to sell everything, you know what I mean? If I can get it cheap, I'll pick it up because I know I can make money off of it. Now, don't look at me like I'm some creep here. Yes, I sell panties too. Why not? My wife handles these, I just list them. So don't look at me like I'm some weird creepo, okay? Happily married. Okay, moving on. Ninja Turtles cassettes. You know, included in that box of cassettes that I got for practically nothing. Now look at this. Here's another item I found of all the stuff I inherited. I didn't even know what this was until I looked it up. I mean, look at this. $700 basically. Well, $699. But, you know, so we scroll down here and we look at what I earned after expenses here. It's like almost $600, you know, just for digging through all this stuff that I inherited. You know what I mean? I didn't even know it was there, you know? And I'm just finding all this stuff, all this crap, you know, that's, I mean, I don't have any use for things like that. I know a lot of people are like, oh, you should save all your gold and blah, blah, blah. Well, I mean, I have some of that stuff too, you know, put away, but I mean, I don't need to have gobs and gobs of it. That's just crazy to me, you know, so I just sell it. You know, and it's, you know, that you have insurance that they have. You can put insurance on it, so that way it gets there safely, so to speak. If it's insured, then they reimburse you for it if it gets lost or whatever. So, here's another one. I found this item in all the stuff that I inherited. $100 for this thing, man. I mean, it's pure silver, but you know what? It's like I don't need this stuff. You know what I mean? I need to keep my sales moving and make sure that my mortgage and my bills are paid. Okay. Like I say, I have some of that put away, but now here's another item I found too in the same stuff. It's a really cool ring. I kind of wanted to keep it, but I don't need it, so you know I'm not going to wear it. But it's really important too. I wanted to bring this up. When you have stuff like this and you list it, you always want to include any defects in your listing. Because if you don't, people will complain about that, and rightfully so. Okay, so point out the defects. So you see right here, I have the defects pointed out. Always make sure you point those things out. As you can see, you know, people will buy these things anyways. Like they'll probably just throw their own stones in it and call it a day. You know what I mean? So very important to disclose any information that might be a defect or whatever. You know, just anything that might potentially haunt your sales moving forward here. Okay, on to the next item here. Yeah, see more cassettes. You know, like I said, I got a box, like boxes of cassette, like hundreds and hundreds of cassettes for $20, and I've already made like $200 or $300 off that $20 investment at a garage sale. So, if you can find space. And then organization is key, like where you're going to put the stuff, organize it really well, you know what I mean? You do that, you're going to be good, you're going to make money. I mean, of course, you want to try to focus on items with higher sell-through rates. You know, we all know that it's always better to have less stuff that you can sell at a higher amount, duh. But you can sell just like a lot of items in general also, you know what I mean? So here you can see I just got an offer on this inverter. Now I'm losing money on this, I'm just going to tell you, because I paid probably $65 for this thing brand new, but I've got way better equipment now, so I really just don't need it. So I'm just going to go ahead and accept the measly $21 offer, make a little money off of it, you know, move it. Why not? I'm not using it. I already have better items that work better than that, so might as well just sell it and make a little extra money, right? You know, there's nothing wrong with moving your old stuff that you're not using, so That's what I do. Okay, so that pretty much wraps up this segment of this episode. So once again, please share, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Please do not leave any dumbass negative comments on my videos, as I will be deleting them. Let's just be perfectly honest. People don't want to listen to a bunch of negative assholes, so just don't do it. So in my next video, in addition to my most recent sales, I'm going to be discussing the absolute importance of testing certain items before you list them. Thank you for watching and staying to the end. God bless you all, and see you in the next episode.